You know what love is, Scott? I'll tell you one thing, it's not the happy ending that Disney movies promise us.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most shocking, hilarious, and controversial times that South Park took digs at entertainment giant Disney. This can include its many properties, from High School Musical to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Don't work for anybody.
Oh boy, I sure believe that. You just tried to ruin Disney Company's big night for your own amusement, huh?
Number 20, Mr. Hankies Fantasia. Robert Redford decides to move the Sundance Film Festival to South Park after deciding that the festival site in Utah has become too commercialized.
This is perfect. Why didn't we think of it sooner? This town still has some charm left, not the mess we turned Park City in.
Unfortunately, this influx of people into the town has disrupted the sewer environment where Mr. Hanky lives. He petitions the boys to get everyone to leave, but they end up selling the story rights to movie producers. Mr. Hanky takes matters into his own hands and dons a wizard hat and robe, similar to Mickey Mouse in Fantasia, and drives all the festival folk out of town with sewer water.
Gosh, I guess I don't know my own strength.
Number 19, Mulan. PC Principal and Strong Woman are training for a competition when their children, the PC babies, begin crying. They come to find that the babies are upset because the film Mulan is playing on Disney+.
Oh no, I left Disney Plus on and it went to Mulan.
They don't like Mulan?
In it, the titular character disguises herself as a man in order to fight in the Chinese army against Han invaders. According to Strong Woman, the babies don't like the fact that the movie doesn't take the time to address real trans issues. PC Principal assures the kids that he knows Mulan is outdated and turns it off.
Mulan is outdated in creating straw dog characters to talk about trans issues? Daddy's turning it off!
Number 18, Reboot. In order to solve the problem of people protesting the national anthem, Congress approaches J.J. Abrams to reboot the American national anthem.
We've come to ask you to reboot the national anthem. Please, Mr. Abrams, we know you've been asked to reboot a lot.
They note that he's saved Star Wars because he's really good at introducing new things, but also at the same time reminding you of the things you love. When the new anthem is unveiled, it delivers exactly on that promise, with the addition that you can stand, sit, or kneel, thereby fixing America. At the same time, Randy is introduced to member berries, a superfruit that reminds you of the good times. They remind him of Chewbacca before pivoting to right-wing talking points.
Remember Chewbacca again? Oh, I love to remember Chewbacca.
Number 17, Pee-wee Hockey. After getting his bike impounded for unpaid fines, Stan becomes the coach of the Park County Pee-wee hockey team as a way to get his bike back.
Stan Marsh is a washed-up fourth grader. He's got no job, no bicycle, and his only way out is to coach a Pee-wee hockey team. And now, he's about to find out that to coach, you've got to grow.
The team is a ragtag group of kids who can barely skate and has a rival team from Adams County with a hotshot coach. To make matters worse, one of the kids, Nelson, on Stan's team has cancer. As his condition worsens, he asks Stan to win their game against Denver County at the Pepsi Center. Stan believes they're going to win because that's what he learned watching feel-good sports movies like The Mighty Ducks. They end up playing the Detroit Red Wings and get absolutely crushed in one of the saddest endings ever. Number 16, Randy as Princess Leia. Randy is determined to see Stan win the Pinewood Derby. To ensure victory, he adds a superconductive magnet to the rear of the car.
Stan, how do you think the Hollises beat us every year? I'm sure they put lead in the wood or something. We're just leveling the playing field.
Stan reminds him that it's against the rules to add anything to the car that's not part of the approved kit, but Randy insists he's just leveling the playing field. It turns out that he went all the way to the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland to get the magnet. Parodying the opening of A New Hope, Randy is dressed as Princess Leia as he commits the theft.
And police are now looking for Princess Leia Organa of Alderaan. Caught here in these photos, the troubled rebel princess is seen taking the superconducting magnet and then appearing disoriented as she tries to find her way out.
The disguise worked, as Princess Leia is now a wanted criminal. Number 15, Disneyland Wait. While at Walmart, Kyle shames Cartman for his weight and points out that he'll need a mobility scooter to get around.
That's you one day, fat ass. Not even one day. If you don't change something, that's you. In about a year.
Later, a seemingly remorseful Cartman indicates he's going to change his ways, and of course, That involves getting a mobility scooter. He doesn't need the scooter, but it does give him some advantages, such as not having to participate in gym class and getting a big booth at Denny's. In voiceover, he talks about the shame he feels about being obese, so to cheer himself up, he goes to Disneyland on weekends. It's all tongue-in-cheek as he becomes irate that there's a line for rascals, concluding that all those suffering from obesity are ignored.
And then even Disneyland can't take away the shame, as all the people suffering from obesity are ignored, like we're invisible. Excuse me, move it.
Number 14, Avengers Halloween. Randy buys a Blockbuster video rental store, which is not the brightest idea.
Can you believe it? Completely turnkey! You got your sci-fi, comedies, buddy flicks, chick flicks, all on Blu-ray or DVD. Well, what do you think?
On Halloween, the boys are going dressed as the Avengers, but unfortunately, Stan can't join them because Randy thinks it's going to be super busy at the Blockbuster and has to stay and help. Kyle comes up with a solution where Stan joins them through FaceTime. Cartman is the Hulk, but he keeps being misidentified.
Look, honey, it's Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Bruce Valanche.
I'm not Bruce Valanche!
Oh, what are you supposed to be?
They witness a group of thieves robbing a convenience store, and as the Avengers, they go to stop them, but then nope, right out of there once they realize the robbers killed the store clerk. Number 13, the rights to Star Wars. Imagine having the opportunity to be in a Star Wars movie. It'd be cool, right? That's Cartman's plan when he steals a bunch of election ballots during the 2012 American presidential election.
Pretty sweet, huh?
What the hell is this?
What's it look like? Hundreds of thousands of votes from all the swing states.
He does this so Obama will win and negotiate a deal to hand over the Star Wars IP to the Chinese government. In exchange for the ballots, Cartman wants to be Luke Skywalker's son in future films. The Chinese want to protect the integrity of Star Wars because they think Disney will ruin it. Mickey Mouse shows up, and as the head of Disney, he's not ready to hand over his recent acquisition. He's as rude as ever and teams up with Cartman to get the ballots.
I can get the ballots for you. But if I'm gonna smuggle them here, I'm gonna need a blaster and a tauntaun.
Number 12, Randy and Mickey. The pandemic has taken its toll on South Park. For Randy Marsh, it's actually helped him out quite a bit, as sales for Tegrity weed have exploded.
And I have to say, I'm actually doing pretty good. Amazing, really. Tegrity Farms weed has seen a 400% increase in sales since the shutdown in March.
He even introduces a pandemic special involving a 10% discount as a way to promote community. Things change for Randy when it's announced that scientists are close to discovering the origins of COVID, saying that they've pinpointed it to a bat in Wuhan. Worried, Randy has a flashback to his time in China with Mickey Mouse where they get with a bat.
Boy, you sure know how to party, Mick!
Oh my God, look at her! She is so hot!
I think that's a bat.
Yeah, it's a bat! It's a mouse with wings!
Later, it's discovered that the virus actually came from a pangolin. There's another flashback of Mickey and Randy. We're better off without that knowledge. Number 11, put a chick in it. There's been a lot of outrage from certain fans of Star Wars over the direction the franchise has taken since being acquired by Disney and headed by Kathleen Kennedy.
Will you check under the bed and make sure there's no Disney executives under there?
I promise there's not.
I'm scared, Mom. Will you please just look and make sure Kathleen Kennedy isn't under my bed?
Cartman has nightmares that he's been replaced by a diverse woman, and he fears that Disney executives will end up replacing everyone with diverse women complaining about patriarchy. Of course, he's not wrong, as there is a universe where a version of Kathleen Kennedy is trying to replace everyone. This version is completely off the rails, as when she orders a dish, she requests that a chick be put in it and made gay, highlighting how far she's willing to go with diversity casting.
Excuse me, I believe I asked you to put a chick in this and make her gay?
Yes, the chef was a little confused what you meant by that.
Number 10, streaming compulsion. When Disney Plus was announced, people everywhere went nuts, including South Park's Scott Malkinson.
I love you so much, Dad. Please, can we get Disney Plus?
God damn it, not this shit again. No, we don't need Disney f***ing Plus, Scott.
He'll do anything to get his hands on it, including selling his insulin to a street dealer. Meanwhile, his pleas for a Disney Plus subscription have driven his dad over the edge, to the point where he decides to take the streaming service down.
Yeah, it's me. It's time we took all these streaming services down.
The episode shines a light on how Disney jumped on the streaming bandwagon, and how streaming services are ruling our lives. And we even get a cameo from Grogu, clearly put in to highlight Disney's clever tactic for making The Mandalorian a must-watch.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, yes, 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 yes.
Number 9. Mickey Mistreatment. In the world of South Park, Mickey Mouse isn't just a mascot for Disney, he is the boss. And when an employee steps out of line, he is not above getting personally involved.
Who here thought they had permission to say anything critical of Chinese politics?
In this episode, someone has been bad-mouthing the Chinese government. To get to the bottom of it, Mickey rallies all Disney characters and interrogates them to try to find out who the traitor is.
Mr. Marsh was only standing up for me and Piglet because we were political prisoners.
You are a fat diabetic bear, and if the Chinese don't want you, then I don't either!
And it's pretty full on, playing on the perception that Disney is super strict with its stars. The writers also throw in a dig at Mickey being unsure whether his company owns South Park. You know, because Disney owns everything.
Yes, I don't know you. Are you from Pixar?
No, I'm from South Park.
What's South Park? Do I own that?
No, not yet, sir.
Number 8. South Park Assemble. This next entry isn't an episode, but instead an entire video game. Released in 2017, this South Park RPG plays on the superhero ensemble format in the vein of the Avengers. Starring popular characters from the South Park series, including Professor Chaos, the Coon, Mosquito, and the Human Kite, the entire thing is absolutely ridiculous, inappropriate, and brilliant.
If we want to make billions of dollars, then I think we should start with the Tupperware movie.
Right, start with a black superhero.
Marvel is making a black superhero movie.
Yeah, now! They waited years to get to that. We follow their plan. We do all the real people first, and we sneak the black guy in phase 3.
Playing to the popularity of superhero flicks and subsequently ridiculing them in a way that only South Park can pull off, the game heavily references the superhero movie genre.
I thought Civil War wasn't supposed to happen until phase 3.
Shut up, Super Craig.
In fact, the game's theme songs took direct inspiration from 2012's The Avengers, among other iconic superhero scores. Number 7. Cartman and Black Panther. When Disney released the Marvel movie Black Panther in 2018, it represented a significant cultural moment in the movie business. It not only featured an almost entirely black cast, but also received universal praise from fans and critics.
Wakanda forever!
So of course South Park had to say something about it. In this episode from season 22, Cartman is afraid people will think he's racist for not liking the movie.
That I realize you might have heard from the other kids here at SKU. There's some rumors that have been going around about me that I thought Black Panther was a terrible movie. There's rumors that...
At the same time, he becomes baffled after discovering that his friend Tolkien has not seen the movie.
Oh, that people are lying, because I liked Black Panther just as much as you did. I am not a racist.
I actually never saw Black Panther.
A commentary on the cultural significance of Black Panther, and ignorance when it comes to matters of race, Cartman's attempts to avoid offending anyone prove hilariously offensive.
Yeah, I know. You know, my other favorite part was when Black Panther had those dreams about his dead father. I mean, the dad, the tribal leader, speaking to the new king about being a good leader.
Number 6. The Force Recycled. Okay, so this next entry is basically one big long rant about the Star Wars sequel trilogy, specifically The Force Awakens.
Every great empire reaches a point where going backward can seem more appealing than forward.
In the midst of a rousing speech, Randy Marsh makes a point of how recycling old ideas is a bad idea. And it doesn't take long for his crosshairs to land on Star Wars.
It may seem fun to go back and recycle the past we loved, but we end up with no sustenance.
Criticizing The Force Awakens for its lack of originality, Randy rants about how looking back to the past isn't necessarily the way to go, sending out a big wink wink to Disney and director J.J. Abrams. It's clear that South Park creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker wanted to vent a little here, and boy oh boy did they ever tell us how they feel.
You almost make it sound like J.J. Abrams is responsible for this entire election. Does this look familiar?
Number 5. A Familiar Cruise. This next entry takes us all the way back to season 1 of the show, and a now legendary character, Big Gay Al.
Do you have lots of gay dogs here?
We have all sorts of gay animals here at Big Gay Al's. Over here we have a gay lion.
Roar.
And we have gay water buffalo, gay hummingbirds. Here's a gaggle of gay gooses. Hi fellas, it's so super to see you.
When Stan is upset that his dog Sparky is gay, Sparky runs away, only to be taken in by Big Gay Al at his gay animal sanctuary.
I think you should get in line for my big gay boat ride. Step aboard, Stanley.
For fans of the Jungle Cruise ride at Walt Disney World, Florida, Al's Big Gay Boat Ride will be very familiar. According to animation director Eric Stough, much of what Al says while showing Stan around the boat tour and Animal Sanctuary were variations of things Eric himself said when he was Jungle Cruise director at the theme park.
You see, gayness has existed since the beginning of time. From the Egyptian pharaohs to the shoguns of Japan. Uh-oh, look out, it's the oppressors!
Number 4, Stan gets sucked into Facebook. We're venturing away from the usual Disney suspects with this one, and into the world of Tron, which, for the record, is a Walt Disney Studios movie.
Excuse me, could you please tell me what the hell's going on?
No, you aren't my friend. Would you like to be my friend?
No, I seriously don't want any more friends.
Ignore.
This episode aligns the world of Tron and Facebook, with Stan trying to delete the latter before finding himself sucked into his computer. There's tons of criticism throughout, with the writers taking aim at the points system dynamic of Facebook friends, while using a parody of the iconic movie Tron to do it.
Your profile is one of the most powerful in all of Facebook. You cannot stop it now.
And you know what? All its snarkiness aside, the episode is great to look at.
You don't have a chance in here, user. You're pathetic little Yahtzee. What? Yahtzee. 6s.
Number 3, South Park Elementary bursts into song. When the High School Musical franchise launched in 2006, kids everywhere went wild, imitating the song and dance numbers from the films. Following the release of the third installment, something similar happened in South Park, with everyone being caught up in the musical fad, except for Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny.
Are we the only ones here who are completely confused? Yeah, I guess we better check that movie out.
Highlighting how weird it would actually be if everyone sporadically burst into song, the episode ends with the boys joining in to fit in, just as the fad passes.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Trends come and go, but as the South Park creators remind us, during the height of a craze, the peer pressure to conform can feel overwhelming, especially when Disney is involved.
Where'd everybody go? The girls all wanted to go watch that Bryden kid practice basketball. But the girls like singing and dancing. No, I think the girls just like that Bryden kid.
Number 2, Mickey puts the Jonas Brothers in their place.
Slow down.
For this entry, we are back with Mickey Mouse and his totalitarian way of running Disney, at least within the world of South Park. Harkening back to when boy band the Jonas Brothers wore purity rings, the episode suggests that Mickey Mouse made the boys wear them in a sneaky plot to sell sex to young audiences.
You have to wear the purity rings because that's how we can sell sex to little girls.
And when the band refuses to play along, he beats one of them violently. We've already mentioned how South Park likes to play on the apparent ruthlessness of Disney and its treatment of its stars, but this scene is particularly hard-hitting. And that laugh Mickey keeps doing? Oh man.
All right, now get out there and make me some goddamn money.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Randy Marsh confronts Winnie the Pooh. And you thought we were done with Mickey Mouse mercilessness. Of course not. When Mickey blames Winnie the Pooh for jeopardizing a deal with China, Randy is sent to take Pooh out. The brutal scene consists of Randy luring Pooh down an alley with some honey and then graphically strangling him.
Oh, what delicious honey!
Again, this is another moment targeting the lengths to which Disney allegedly goes in order to keep business running as usual. But why did it have to be Pooh? South Park has never shied away from shocking imagery, but this really pushed the envelope. What's your favorite South Park joke at Disney's expense? Let us know in the comments.
You might think everything is okay, but Disney? He's gonna get you. Kathleen Kennedy's gonna get you.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.